recently I was lucky enough to catch up with our former British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable Boris Johnson. Now, whether you're a fan of Boris or not, he's got a brand new book out called Unleashed, and he did his very best, in fact, to sell that said book. But it didn't stay at the #1 position longer than a week. And of course, a lot of people are speculating as to why has it not become more successful. Well, in my opinion, and I think the chums will agree with me on this, it's quite simple. A book at £20 or £25 in hardback is a lot of money in this cost of living crisis. Maybe you're not interested in the Boris Johnson story, or indeed, the background to all the things, the pandemic, Brexit, all that sort of stuff. It is a finite sort of topic, isn't it? You really would need to want to spend that money. You know what I'm talking about. Others, of course, and I would say this to you, is it's the people around him. Mr. Johnson is a delight when he's in the studios, but the team around him are incredibly rude, snappy, and very, very, shall we say, disrespectful to younger members of the team, even if they want a picture with the former British Prime Minister. And that doesn't sell well, particularly if they go back and say to their parents, no, I couldn't get a picture. You see how publicity works. It's a little bit like this, you see, with Prince Harry and his brand new paperback edition of his alleged best-selling book internationally, Spare. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you. You all right? Yes, I'm all right, thank you. Nice to have your company, whatever you're doing today. Hope you're keeping well. Yes, I'm just here as the rain hopefully keeps off. So, I was talking to a colleague earlier on and they said, oh no, we've got blistering sunshine here. That's in the north. You see how it works? It's a lot nicer, isn't it? Yeah, I know. Normally down south we tend to get better weather. Not this year, let me tell you. Now, some may say, of course, that it's stormy weather. You like that tenuous connection? We'll have a quick wave with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because, as we all know, he was paid an absolute fortune by Penguin Random House for his book, Spare, in which he trashed his family. Dress it up any way you want, but that was the deal, wasn't it, really? He just trashed the family, and that was it. And everybody, people are interested, I think, to a point, but then what you have to remember is what you put down in black and white, or indeed on a tweet or digital platforms, it can be cropped and it's there forever. I think even, Prince Harry, dozy as he is now thinking, wow, maybe I shouldn't have done that. The reason apparently behind the not updating the paperback was he couldn't find some of the documents, then he had to find them for legal reasons. We all know that story. But he could have actually put something of a forward in, but he couldn't even be bothered with that. What's interesting also, though, is this, because, paperback editions normally sell better than the hardbacks, right? I don't know if you ever work for them, but I prefer a softback book because it's easier to carry around and it's easier to read, isn't it? If you're just having a cup of tea, sat in a chair or something like that. Now, according to a very good source at Penguin Random House, Harry can't expect mega sales from Spare for the one simple reason: they're not printing a lot, right? And as ever, we have to say allegedly. This is down to the fact that of Prince Harry himself. If he'd have put a couple of extra chapters in, maybe a bit of an update about, say, the coronation, something like that, people would have wanted to read it. You could have got serialization from a national newspaper, made some more money. It was his decision. But according to that source behind the scenes, they're being very selective and reprinting only as a on-demand, if required, sort of service. So if Harry thinks he's going to make, or Meghan think they're going to make big bucks from this, they must know that it's going to be limited. What apparently they hope is going to happen is it will spark an interest in the book and people will still clamour to buy the hardback version. At £25, even if it was reduced down to £7 or something, it's still a lot of money in this cost of living crisis. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.